Okay, so you're getting ready for a big interview
Uh-huh.
in the world of aeronautical engineering.
Yeah,
Pretty exciting, huh?
for sure.
We're taking a deep dive today into a guide called
Okay.
2024 Aeronautical Engineer Interview Questions and Answers.
Interesting.
It's got a ton of insider tips,
I like it.
but we're not going to just like list off questions.
Right.
Imagine, you're sitting right across from the hiring manager.
Okay.
We're going to try to figure out like what they actually want to hear.
Yeah.
What'll really make you stand out.
It's funny, they're not just looking for like textbook knowledge. It's more than that. They want to see how you think,
Right.
how you solve problems,
Exactly.
how you'd fit into a team that's
Yeah.
literally shaping the future of flight.
Really shaping the future of flight.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder, like,
Yeah.
what specific questions do they
Yeah.
ask
Yeah.
to figure out if you have those deeper thinking skills?
Yeah.
This guide
Mm-hmm.
breaks down all the types of questions that you might get,
Okay.
starting with the technical ones.
Yeah, makes sense.
For example, explain how you would approach troubleshooting a technical issue in an aircraft system.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people might just like
Yeah.
list off generic steps,
Right, exactly.
But this guide is hinting at something a little deeper.
They want to see your understanding, but in action.
Oh.
It's like, imagine you've got this issue. You've got unexpected vibrations
Right.
in an aircraft control system.
Oh, wow.
And it's not enough to know, like, the steps.
Right.
They want to hear you, like, talk through it,
Okay.
isolating that issue, maybe even using simulations,
Interesting.
pinpointing the root cause.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a faulty sensor.
Okay.
Maybe it's harmonic imbalance.
Interesting.
And even like what specific software you'd use.
So they want to know that you can not only fix the problem, but also explain it
Right.
in a way that anyone could understand.
Absolutely, yeah.
That communication piece is so important.
Really is.
This guide also talks about these behavioral questions,
Okay.
which are all about how you've handled things in the past.
Right.
And they emphasize storytelling
Yeah.
when you're answering.
Oh, interesting.
So like with these questions, you get to showcase your skills,
Okay.
but through a story.
Makes sense.
So for instance, they say, can you discuss a complex project you worked on and how you ensured its success?
Right.
So this is your chance to like paint a picture for them.
Interesting.
Did you lead a team?
Okay.
Did you have to overcome a big setback? And then they give this great example in the guide
Okay.
about designing this lightweight aircraft wing.
Cool.
It really highlights that storytelling thing.
Okay, so instead of just saying like, oh, we designed a wing, right?
Right,
We're
exactly.
going to talk about
Yeah.
leading the simulation team and overcoming challenges with material fatigue.
Interesting.
And they even talk about collaborating
Yeah.
with material scientists.
Oh,
So it's so much more engaging
right.
and memorable.
That's good. You're actually there.
Exactly.
You're part of that team.
It's about taking those problem-solving and teamwork skills
Right.
and making them really resonate.
Yeah. And then you've got the design and problem-solving questions.
Okay.
Those seem like the ones that would really make people sweat.
Yeah, because there's not always one right answer.
Exactly.
That's what makes them so fascinating.
right.
A lot of
You're like,
times, they care more about how you think
Good.
than the perfect solution.
So, like, can you think on your feet? Can you justify your decisions using, like, solid engineering principles?
Exactly. Exactly.
This guy mentions an example about designing a landing gear system.
Okay.
And that feels like
Yeah.
the perfect scenario
Right.
to show off how you can be creative and practical at the same time.
Absolutely.
So again, it's not about just giving them an answer.
Right.
It's
no,
about
yeah.
walking them through how you got there.
It's all about showing that you can handle those tricky situations
Yeah.
and come up with solutions that are innovative,
Okay.
but also feasible. Like, they could actually work.
They're not just like pie in the sky ideas.
Right. Exactly.
It's not just about these broader categories of questions either.
What else is there?
They want to see that you're really passionate about this field
Yeah.
and that you're keeping up with the latest advancements.
Oh, okay.
This is where those industry-specific questions come in.
Gotcha.
Let's say you're fascinated by drones.
Mm-hmm.
You could talk about 3D printed drone components,
Interesting.
how that's changing the game.
Okay.
It shows them that you're not just some textbook engineer.
Right.
You're excited about the future of aeronautics.
Yeah. Showing your passion's a big plus.
Makes a big difference. Of course, you'll also get questions about your specific projects.
Yeah.
This is where you get to talk about all the nitty-gritty details
Interesting.
of what you've accomplished.
That makes sense.
But it's really important to tailor your answers
Okay.
to that specific company and role.
Right.
You don't want to just like give the same generic answer
Yeah, definitely not.
that you've used everywhere else.
You got to do your homework.
Exactly.
Research the company.
Yeah.
Connect your experience to their projects, their
Yeah.
technologies.
It shows that you're genuinely interested in what they're doing.
Sure.
Okay, so we've covered some of the key question types, but this guide also talks about what makes a good aeronautical engineer candidate.
Okay.
Like, what do they really look for?
Yeah.
It's about more than just what's in the textbooks, isn't it?
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Technical brilliance is super important,
Yeah.
but there's a whole other set of skills and qualities that'll make you stand out.
I'm intrigued.
We're going to unpack those in the next part of our deep dive.
Can't wait.
Should be good.
Okay, so we talked about like showcasing your technical skills
Yeah.
and your project experience. But this guide dives into what they call soft skills
Yeah. Interesting.
and why they matter so much for an aeronautical engineer.
It's funny how those often get overlooked. Like,
Yeah.
Technical brilliance is the foundation,
Yeah.
for sure.
Right.
But to really, thrive in this field, you need this whole other set of skills.
Yeah.
And this guide really emphasizes systems thinking, which seems super crucial when you're dealing with something as complex as an aircraft.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit more about what that actually means in the context of aeronautical engineering?
It's about really understanding how all the parts of an aircraft work together as a whole. So you can't just focus on designing the perfect wing without thinking about how it impacts the engine, the fuel efficiency, the stability.
So it's about having that big picture perspective.
Exactly.
Recognizing that every decision has these ripple effects throughout the whole system. It reminds me of something else this guide mentions.
Okay.
Adaptability.
Right.
This industry is always evolving, right?
Always.
New technologies popping up all the time.
Yeah, think about the rise of additive manufacturing, or even the push for more sustainable aviation.
Right. Yeah.
You've got to be able to learn and adapt. Keep up with it. Yeah, to stay ahead of the curve.
It's you're not just building airplanes.
Right.
You're building a career
Absolutely.
that needs to change with the industry.
Grow with it.
Yeah. This one might surprise some people.
Oh, what's that?
But the guide also stresses communication skills.
Okay.
Why is that so important
Yeah.
for an engineer?
Right.
I mean, someone who might spend a lot of their time working with equations, designs.
It's actually more critical than you might think.
Okay.
Aeronautical engineers often work on these huge teams with people from all different disciplines.
Got it.
So you need to be able to explain complex technical things to people who don't have your specialized knowledge.
So they can understand what's going on.
Exactly.
Right.
Whether it's presenting to management or collaborating with colleagues from other departments.
Right.
Clear communication.
Makes such a difference.
Super key.
It makes sense when you put it that way.
Yeah.
You might be talking to the marketing team or finance, maybe even explaining things to the public.
It's about making sure everyone's on the same page.
Yeah. Regardless of their background.
Absolutely.
This guide also highlights asking smart questions during an interview.
Right.
Especially at the end when they give you that opportunity.
Yeah. I've always found that so crucial.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's your chance to show them.
Right.
You're not just answering questions.
Yeah.
You're thinking critically.
Thinking deeply.
About the company, the role.
For sure.
What kind of questions does this guide recommend?
Well, they have a couple of really strong examples.
Okay, like what?
One is, what are the biggest technical challenges that the company or even the aeronautical engineering department is facing right now?
Ooh, I like that one.
Asking that shows them you're not afraid of hard problems and that you want to contribute to solutions.
You're already thinking you're part of the team.
Exactly.
Yeah. What was the other example?
This one's great too.
Okay.
Could you describe the company's approach to professional development and career growth for engineers?
Interesting.
This shows them you're ambitious.
Right.
You're thinking long term.
You're not just looking for a job, you're looking for a career.
Exactly.
It also gives you some insight into the company culture, right?
Absolutely.
Do they offer training programs, mentorships, conferences?
It shows you they're committed to your growth.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so we've talked about showcasing your skills.
Yeah.
Asking insightful questions. But this guide also emphasizes something really practical,
Okay.
doing your research on the company,
Oh, yeah.
and, I mean, like, really digging deep.
Yeah.
It's not just about, like,
Yeah.
glancing at their
You
website.
got to go deeper.
Right.
Look at their current projects.
Okay.
The technologies they're using, the challenges they're facing.
So you're showing them that you have a genuine interest
Yeah.
in what they're doing. You're going beyond the surface.
Exactly.
Understanding their values, their culture.
It helps you tailor your answers.
Yeah.
And show them why you're the right fit.
That you've really thought about it.
Exactly.
Speaking of preparation, this guide also talks about mock interviews.
Oh, yeah.
It's like such a simple thing,
Yeah.
but it can make a huge difference.
It can. It's like a dress rehearsal for the big day.
Yeah.
Helps you get comfortable, work out the jitters.
Get rid of those nerves.
Totally.
And this might seem obvious, but they also stress preparing some notes, jotting down some examples, talking points.
Yeah, so you don't forget anything crucial.
It's like having that mental cheat sheet.
Yeah.
But you don't want to sound like you're reading from a script.
You need that balance
Yeah.
between preparation and authenticity.
Right.
You want to showcase your knowledge, but also let your personality shine through.
Right. Let them see the real you.
Yeah, that passionate, driven engineer.
Exactly.
That's who they want to see.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
For sure.
From technical questions to soft skills to interview prep. This guide's given us a really solid framework for understanding what interviewers are looking for.
It really has.
But it ends with this question.
Okay.
And I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, what is it?
It asks, what is the most common interview question for aeronautical engineers? It's a pretty simple question.
Yeah.
But it really got me thinking.
It's a good one. It highlights how these interviews aren't just about memorizing a bunch of answers.
Right.
They really want to see how you think, how you approach challenges.
So maybe the most common question isn't really about like a specific concept.
Right.
Maybe it's more about your overall approach to problem solving.
Exactly.
Or maybe even your passion for the field.
Could be.
It's almost like a meta question. You know, it's getting at the heart of what it means to be an aeronautical engineer.
That's what's going to impress them.
Yeah.
They're looking for someone who's not just technically skilled, but also passionate, driven, a critical thinker.
And one who's ready to push the boundaries
Absolutely.
of what's possible in flight.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered so much in this deep dive.
We have.
You know, from those specific technical questions to the importance of soft skills, how to nail your interview prep.
I think we've given them a really solid foundation for success.
I hope so.
But remember, the learning never stops.
Right.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never lose that passion for flight.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I tried.
And if you have any more questions or want to, you know, dive even deeper into these topics, you know where to find us.
For sure.
Until then, keep reaching for the skies.